That's always the most important thing, is where are you going to get started? And I would say point and shoot is the easiest, and then maybe customer testimonials after that. Hey, welcome back to Builder Funnel TV, and in today's video we are going to go over 5 types of marketing videos that your contracting business needs. All right, let's dive right in and let's talk about the first one, which is point and shoot. So this is a more casual style video. You can basically pick up your phone, go out to the job site, point it at what's going on, hit record, and you can just film basically what's happening, and you can be kind of behind the scenes and you'll just hear your voice as the audio. So if you're not super comfortable getting in front of the camera yet, this is a great place to start in terms of just walking out there, shooting, and we call it documentation style video, where you're basically just saying, hey, I'm gonna document what's actually happening, stuff that we actually do in our business, and then I'm gonna take that and share it with our audience. This is great for social media, not necessarily the best style of video for your website or your portfolio page or something like that, but it's great for Facebook, Instagram, or even YouTube. And also, like I said, a great way to get started. So that can be an easy way to document the process and the progress on different projects, but you're also showcasing your expertise. You can kind of highlight something that's going on that day, why you're doing it, where you're at in the process, and that all includes a lot of education that is really valuable to your audience. So the point and shoot, that's the first one, and it's easy to get started. You could just go out there and do one of those today. Little to no editing, just get out there and get started. All right, second one is customer testimonials. Now this one, I would definitely recommend upping your production value from the point and shoot, but very easy style of video to get accomplished, and there's a number of ways to do that. But basically, you want to either invite a customer into your office or see if you can go out to the actual project, so their home, the completed project, and get that testimonial. You could even do it partway through the project. That would make it a little bit interesting. Maybe do it while things are kind of in progress and under construction. But getting a customer testimonial and getting them on video is extremely powerful, and you can basically set it up yourself. So if you have some in-house equipment, or just hire a local video company or a freelancer, somebody that can come in, set up some lighting, get the customer mic'd up, and then get a really good quality video set up. You think about the background, so what's behind the person while they're talking, and just frame it really nicely. And then you can basically just sit behind the camera and have a conversation with that person, and then it makes it really easy for them, and you just ask the questions, and then you can edit out your part of asking the questions and just show the homeowner, and now you've got a nice testimonial video. You can maybe add some B-roll to it while they're talking, so maybe if they fumble or something over their words a little bit or something like that, then you can just cover that up with some B-roll. That is a great style of video because, one, it's super easy to kind of set up and produce. 2, you don't have to be in front of the camera, so if you still are trying to avoid that, you can put your customers in front of the camera. And then 3, you can use it anywhere. So it's great on your website, great on social media, great on YouTube. That is just basically somebody saying, hey, these guys are awesome to work with, I recommend them, and that carries a lot of weight in your marketing. Video number 3, project overviews. Now you can accomplish these in a number of different ways, but the basic premise of this style of video is to cover what you did in a project. And so it's ideal that you would maybe have video footage of things that happened early on, in the middle, and then at the end of the project. So you can kind of tell a little bit of a story. I know a lot of you probably have project pages on your website where you maybe have a portfolio, maybe some before and afters or just the afters, and then you do a project write-up. This just takes it to another level with video telling the story where you say, hey, here was the problem. This customer came to us, they had a small cramped kitchen, all these walls were in the way, and so we blew them out, we redid the layout, and it really opened everything up, and now, their living, dining, kitchen area is all kind of connected, and they can, host and entertain, and so it solved that problem. And so you're basically trying to showcase the problem, what the before looked like, then what you did to come in and redesign it and reconfigure it, and then what did it look like at the end. So that can be a combination of you talking about the project, maybe you pull in a designer to talk about how they reconfigured the layout. And then again, you can have B-roll footage. So that's where it's important to think this through before you get started on a project, saying, okay, I want to get some footage of us filming the before, at least getting photos, and you can always put photos up as B-roll throughout the video, then some people talking about the project, and then the finished piece. So that's the project overview. Again, that's great for website and social media, pretty much good anywhere. Video style number 4 is educational videos. So it would be something like this video that you're watching now. You can just be standing in front of the camera or sitting, but you're basically saying, hey, I'm going to break down a topic and I'm going to educate my audience on this topic. So that takes maybe a little bit more scripting, maybe a little bit more practice to get comfortable in front of the camera, and then you're going to outline your script and your topic, and then you're basically just going to deliver that to the camera, and then you can do some editing and some touch-up, or even include some B-roll if you want. But that style of video is great for social, great for YouTube, and then it's also good strategically on your website, maybe embedded in a blog post, or even on your about page, or another service page or something like that, depending on what the topic is. So that's a really good one. Super easy to set up because you can kind of define a place in your office where you always shoot videos, so you know, here's where I put the lights, here's where you put the camera, and then you just really need to outline the topic and get it done. And then the 5th one is team and culture. So this one can take lots of different forms and shapes and sizes. So it's a little bit tougher to define, but I would say this is anything that kind of lets your audience get to know you and your team a little bit more. So it might be, employee interviews where you're getting to know, some things about different members of the team, or it might be something where you talk about how you treat your customer, how you go about your projects, and then you maybe interview several different team members about what they most like about their job, or what they most like about working with customers, or when they get most excited during a project, or all these types of things. But then you kind of get to know your team a little bit more, and your audience gets to know your team. And so as they're doing their research online, before they've even met you, they're starting to get exposure to you and your team members and how you approach things, and they're getting kind of a feeling. And I know that's one of the things in this space that's really tough to convey, because if you go to your website and any of your competitors' websites, a lot of times you see, yeah, we're family owned, we've been in business 10 or 20 years, and we strive to deliver quality service. And that is just tough to carry through words, and it just sounds like everybody else's website. But if you've got a video that kind of showcases who you are, maybe that you're humble, dedicated to the customer, you can show the quality of service that you're delivering through video, that would be kind of a team or culture related style of video. So that's the 5th style. And again, that can look very, very differently across the board. You could have lots of different types of videos, but that's kind of a general, another bucket to think about as you're going down this video journey. So those are the 5 different types of videos that I think you should be including in your marketing. Drop a link in the comments below if you think one of these is where you're going to get started, because I think that's always the most important thing, is where are you going to get started. And I would say point and shoot is the easiest, and then maybe customer testimonials after that. All right, guys, hopefully this was helpful, and we'll see you next time here on Builder Funnel TV.